What's going on, you guys? I'm Neo Auto. In this video, we're going to discuss everything you need to know about the new 2021 Ford Bronco. On July 13th, Ford officially revealed the new Bronco, and as it turns out, there's not going to be just one, but 3 Bronco models to choose from. We also know all the engine choices, the transmission options, and just how capable it truly is. So let's get right into it. Alright, so what exactly makes a Bronco a Bronco? Well, to put it in Ford's words, it's an SUV with the toughness of an F-150, but also the performance spirit of a Mustang. Just get a load of this design, I absolutely love it. Now, Ford is positioning the Bronco as an outdoor lifestyle brand, with a lineup of vehicles dedicated to off-roading. Just like how Jeep offers different types of off-road vehicles, the same applies to Bronco. The initial lineup will consist of 3 different models. These include the Bronco 2-door, Bronco 4-door, and the Bronco Sport. Each of these models are meant to cater to the needs of different customers. And let me tell you, they have a lot to offer. Let's begin by looking at the Bronco 2-door and 4-door. Let me just start by saying this looks even better than I imagined. This isn't a run-of-the-mill SUV, it's the return of an American icon. The new model is heavily based on the first-gen 1966 model, and this is extremely evident. Ford says the 2-door is the flagship model of the lineup, and is built for extreme durability and capability. They even went as far as to say it's the most rugged and innovative SUV on the market. Some of its achievements include best-in-class suspension travel, ground clearance, crawling ratio, water fording capability, horsepower and torque, the list goes on. Looking at the front of the vehicle, the first thing that stands out is Bronco spelled out in the grille. On the original 1966 model, it spelled out Ford, but as we discussed earlier, Bronco is now its own brand. The longer I'm looking at this vehicle, the more similarities I'm seeing to the first gen, like the iconic round headlights, which have daylight running lights surrounding the perimeter. But probably one of the best design characteristics is the boxy design. There's no doubt it's going to stand out from the crowd. Now, what's even more cool is that you can remove the doors from the Bronco as well as the entire roof. Basically, the roof comes in sections and it's easy for one person to unlatch a section and remove it. The front 2 roof sections can be stowed on board the Bronco. There's also an optional premium painted modular top. Depending on what color you get, it really sets it off. When the entire roof is removed, passengers will experience a large overtop view. Ford made sure to place the sport bar behind the rear seats so that the passengers could look up and not have anything obstructing their view. The doors are also easy to remove. They feature a frameless design and can be stowed away in the rear of the Bronco, so you don't have to leave them in your garage before you go on an outing, or leave them off to the side of a trail and worry about them being stolen. And the smart thing that Ford did was mount the mirrors on the Bronco itself, not on the doors. That way, when the doors are removed, you still have mirrors. Now, you're probably wondering, what are those hooks on the front? Well, it turns out they're trail sights, and they can be used to tie down longer items on the roof, like a canoe. So what's going to be under the hood of this Bronco? Well, you have 2 engines to choose from. The first option is the 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, and will make an impressive 270 horsepower. The second engine choice is the 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6. Now, this engine offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, which is projected to be 310 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. The maximum available towing capacity for both the 2-door and 4-door models is 3,500 pounds. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, will the Bronco have a manual transmission? We talked about this earlier this year. Well, I'm happy to say yes, there will indeed be a manual option, and it is unlike any manual on the market today. It's a 7-speed with a dedicated crawler gear. This will allow for maximum low-speed rock climbing capability, and it results in a best-in-class crawl ratio of 94.75 to 1. That is just so cool, especially since the manual transmission is such a rarity today. For those of you that would prefer an automatic, the tried and true 10-speed auto will be available with a maximum crawl ratio of 67.8 to 1. Just like the exterior, the interior is inspired by the first-gen Bronco. The design is simple with off-road functionality in mind. There's an LCD instrument panel, which is a nice feature to have, and a drive mode controller in the center console. Ford calls these drive modes GOAT modes. That's G-O-A-T, which is an acronym for Goes Over Any Terrain. The interior also features a modular instrument panel and center console. Want to move the grab handle to a different location? Go right ahead, you can install them wherever you'd like. There's also hooks for modular lightweight load-carrying equipment mounted in the seat backs. An optional feature I'm really excited about is the Bring Your Own Device rack. This allows you to easily mount a camera or a cell phone or any other device to the rack with a 12-volt power connection nearby. Another exciting feature is the 12-inch Sync 4 system. This is the latest generation of Sync, and it has many new features to offer, most notably off-road navigation apps. Now, after completing an off-road trip, you're more than likely going to have mud in the interior. Select Bronco models will come with washable, rubberized flooring with integrated drains, and the seating surfaces feature marine-grade vinyl that can resist mildew. On top of that, the instrument panel surfaces are wipeable, with rubber touch point on the knobs and switches to protect against dirt and water. And check out these cool upfitter switches. They're pre-wired to allow for easy accessory installation, and that's something that Ford is very excited about. Customization is a huge part of the Bronco experience. When you first pick out a Bronco, there are 7 different series to choose from, each having matched color and trim combinations. These include the Base, Big Bend, Black Diamond, Outer Banks, Badlands, Wild Track, and First Edition, which will be limited to only 3,500 units for the first year. There will be 11 Bronco colors to choose from, and more than 200 dealer installable accessories available at launch. Once people start customizing their Broncos, no two are going to be alike. There's so many different combinations. At the core of what makes the Bronco so capable is its 4-wheel drive technology. There are 2 4x4 systems offered, a base setup as well as an advanced 4x4. The base system comes with a 2-speed electronic shift-on-the-fly transfer case, and the advanced system adds an auto mode for on-demand engagement. The Bronco is equipped with a Dana 44 solid rear axle, as well as a Dana independent front differential unit. Both are equipped with locking differentials for improved traction, and every Bronco trim has the option of 35-inch off-road tires from the factory. Some notable off-road capabilities are best-in-class ground clearance of 11.6 inches, a 29-degree breakover angle, 37.2-degree departure angle, best-in-class water-fording capability of up to 33.5 inches, and there's also several steel shields installed to protect components like the engine, transmission, transfer case, and fuel tank. Here's what the director of Ford Icons had to say about the new Bronco.
The Bronco is absolutely unique. It's going to set a whole new chinning bar for what off-roading really means. We're going to be able to leverage our heritage. We've got all fresh new products, all new four-door. I mean, we're really going to set a whole new trajectory for off-road performance.
So as you can see, Ford is not messing around. They do intend for this Bronco to be a segment leader. So that was the 2- and 4-door models, but now let's take a look at the 3rd model, the Bronco Sport. Ford describes this model as being the Bronco of small SUVs. It's around the same size as a Jeep Compass. Just like the larger Bronco, 4x4 capability is at its core. Ford says the Bronco Sport is designed with adventure in mind, and there's going to be more than 100 factory accessories available. You can use this Bronco Sport to transport kayaks, skis, or even camping equipment. There are 2 engines available. The standard engine is a 1.5-liter EcoBoost. This is a 3-cylinder that makes 181 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque. The optional engine is a 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, which makes 245 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. Now at this time, the Bronco Sport is not getting a manual transmission, but there is a manual shifting mode available with the 2-liter engine. Much like the 2- and 4-door models, the Bronco Sport will come in different series: the Base, Big Bend, Outer Banks, Badlands, and First Edition. There are a lot of similarities between the Bronco Sport and the 2- and 4-door Broncos. Ford says all the Bronco models were tested in extreme conditions. Now, if you're interested in purchasing a Bronco model, Ford is opening reservations starting today. It's a refundable deposit of $100 and it secures a Bronco for you. Bronco Sport is scheduled to be at dealerships later this year, and the 2- and 4-door Broncos will be available next spring. Anyway guys, this has been a first look at the Bronco announcement. What an exciting lineup. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.